Today in this video, it's not going to be on a serious topic. Like I have become a first-time landlord, and I want to share my experience about everything, starting from how I posted the ad, how I got the tenants, what verifications I did. So, guys, first of all, you need to understand one thing, like this matter, tenancy is a legal matter. Okay. So starting from everything, what you post online in your advertisement, what you what questions you ask, everything is regulated. Okay. Although I don't see like uh, enforcement a lot, like a lot of people even post discriminatory rental ads, like only for people from certain areas, or even I also see ads about people for with particular food pattern. It's always good that you do your research first so that you, at no point in the entire process you fall into any kind of discrimination claims. Okay. So the very first thing I did is like I collected information about how it works. Like what are the questions I can ask? What are the questions I cannot ask? This is very like important because if you're posting something online or if you're chatting with someone, if you're sending text messages, exchanging messages, it's very important that whatever you write meets the law. Nothing should go beyond the law that may come and hit you back. Okay. So that you can that I started. So I first posted at a particular price and my criteria, some criteria I said like utilities will not be included. I for my basement I put like 30% utilities have to be paid extra. Then also I had included that tenant insurance is required. While tenant insurance is not a mandatory stuff here in Ontario, but if it is part of your lease, then they have to provide. Your tenants have to provide you with the proof, and whenever a claim is required, they can go for it, right? That's how it works. Now I'll start with my experience. Like I posted ad initially on Facebook Marketplace. I wanted to place it on rentals and even on MLS, but for that paid like that's a paid service. You need to pay money for it. So I did not. Initially, I posted at a particular amount, and I did get interest, but uh, it was not working out. Like I got less interest, but and I showed my house to some people also, but it was not working out. Now that was the first time I was showing my house to some people, and just I'll share some experience with you. Now, a very common scenario you would see is that people try to negotiate on rent. It's very common, like negotiations always people do in many aspects. Why not? Everyone wants to pay a lower price, but at the same time, you got to be very careful at what they are negotiating for. Like a lot of visitors, those who came to see the property, told me they were ready to pay that amount on the condition they put that if I could include utilities like all inclusive. This I had the determination from the beginning itself that whatever happens, I will not make utilities part of the rent because it like again this is my personal opinion. I could be wrong and it varies from person to person. But if you make something all inclusive, then the feeling that this is gonna come back and hit me goes away. And people then use utilities not in the proper way. This is just, I believe, like a lot of people do that. Maybe not, I may be incorrect. You can correct me if I'm saying something wrong. But if you make it apart from rent, like they are responsible to pay it too, then they use it responsibly because they know that if they like waste it, that will be equivalent to wasting money. But yes, to be honest, a lot of people ask me to include utilities, but I was determined I would not. Now, certain things you need to be careful of, like uh, people, not all, but many are something else, but they try to present something else. Okay, so when you do conversation with them, I asked all the legal questions that are allowed, and from those questions itself, I got good idea about many people those were coming to see. Now, initially, what happened, like because I had kept rent higher than what I should be, because I was jumping in this industry for the first time, so I did not have any prior experience to find out like what exactly I should be asking questions about. So, like, sorry, rent set. So, I made it more than I should ask. I totally agree at this point after going through this experience. So I got very less interest. Now, few days later, when I realized this, that probably I'm going too much, I decreased the rent. And this time I posted $100 less. Of course, I got more interest, much more than before. Still, like, and I showed my property to many people. Still, like, I was not finding anyone suitable. And to some suitable people I found, they did not reach out to me. So at that time, I had to do some analysis that why they are just like why so many people see my property but they don't come back to me, at least those who I like. So I tried to find out the shortcomings in my property. Some of the like I took help from others, and one of my friends, he helped me a lot. Now, the negative point I had in my basement was like there was no storage space. Like you generally have like a cupboard and other things inbuilt here in Canada. So, although it was part of the architecture diagram during the construction based on the instructions from the city official, it was not done because of its interference with the foundation of the building. So that was one of the negative points I realized, and it was confirmed by my friend. So what I did, I purchased external storages. Okay, two external cupboards, or you can say like storage containers with wooden doors. I purchased. Okay, now this turned out to be the game changer. After I purchased and I assembled them, started showing my property. Now people were interested. People were interested because lot of additional benefits I was offering. First of all, being the legal, um, everything was separate. Like I had dedicated laundry for them because in lot of illegal basements, what happens is like you just have one laundry, right? And if the house is occupied by too many people, especially during weekend, those who stay in the basement, they're gonna have hard time because everyone wants to do laundry, right? So it's a kind of privacy issue also. Like if people come down to do laundry at your place, and imagine like if there are many people living or multiple families living and there's only one laundry that is in the basement and you have rented the basement, it gets trouble. And not only that, there's another trouble that happens in these situations. Like if you do not have a dedicated parking that is unobstructed, independent, then again issues because a lot of people, those who came to my place, they said that sometimes they get a call at 2 a.m. in the night. Somebody tells to move their car out so that they can put their car in. A lot of such things happen, right? It depends on various other factors. So I was totally determined that this I would not let happen. So I had expanded my walkway too on the concrete side. And because of that, I was able to get a dedicated what do you call parking spot too, and a lot of people liked it, no doubt, because many people, those who have lived in basement before, they do understand that this creates a lot of trouble, but at my place there was no such issue, so they liked about it. In fact, one couple, they chased me like anything. Their only request was please make utilities in all inclusive. They were happy to pay the rent, but I was determined. I would say no, and even after it being rented, they followed me once, and I said, sorry, it's now rented. It happens. Another thing I did, like because it's a legal basement, so definitely some pump and other protections are there. But one more thing I have done, like at the entrance, I got a canopy installed on top, and that protects a lot. Like during heavy raining, we just had a heavy raining just 3 weeks back, where a lot of basements across GTA were flooded. But my basement had no water entered whatsoever because of its legal design and additional protections in place. Perfect. Next comes uh, is like after doing all this, like when people started showing interest to me, I got applications. Okay. Now I will tell you scenarios how I finally finalized. Now there was a group of three. Okay. There was a girl, her boyfriend, and she said that her own sister, is gonna come in the month of September from India as a student and will join. So those three wanted to rent. Okay, but the way they were talking, I had got slight doubt that is there something they're hiding from me? But I am a guy who doesn't want to take any risk. I said, okay, fine. Uh, I'll do verification. They were ready to pay me first month advance right away. And I told them right away, absolutely no. I told them I will accept money only after I complete my verifications. And then a second thing, I would not accept any cash money. Everything needs to be registered, so you can do an e-transfer to me, but only after I finish my verification. They said yes. So I used the single key tenant verification. I collected their email addresses and sent. Now, here comes the game. Now I took the comprehensive package of single key, so that's a third party verification provider, so that anything like I get their clean here, I get their full his what do you call history, and of course they are gonna consult it themselves, and I had paid the amount, so there was nothing that they had to pay. So they got the emails after I initiated. I could track the status online. They even opened email, but they never submitted. 3 or 4 days later, I got a call from the girl who was it. And first, I thought that probably they wanted to say something about, but what happened, like I did not pick that call. I was busy. Later on, I messaged and I asked what happened. She told me that they have a change in their mind, and instead of renting it for 1 year, they would rent it for 6 months. I understood what's going on in their mind. I understood that something they have done wrong in their past that they don't want to disclose. But it's okay. Like her intention was to come out of this deal. She said that she cannot do for more than 6 months. I said, okay, thank you. As of now, I can revert. I can cancel the single key verification, and because you have not submitted, I won't be charged any money. I let you guys go. Fine. I'm a guy like had they paid the first month also, I would have returned that money, but here nothing was done. That was the last conversation. I canceled the verification and they never showed up. The current pair that is living here at my place, like I did not go for third party verifications because they were totally honest to me from the first day itself. They saw the property, and after leaving the property, within 30 minutes they called me back and they said they okay, they would go for it. So I asked them all the details. I did their verification on Open Room. I did their verification on Landlord Easy, Canly, and all other things. There was nothing wrong about them, I found. And I got their reference. I got their reference from like I took their reference, and not only that, I tried to verify everything that I could. Like they told me that they work on this and this company, so I checked their LinkedIn profile. Yes, they were working there. They shared their employment letter with me. So I did not call on the number that was in the letter. Instead, I called the number from Google, company number. I called them and I verified it was fine. Then I spoke to their previous landlord too. It was fine. And they had shared everything with me, like for their identification document, they had shared their Canadian document as well as their uh, overseas passport too. So that was a like a big, what do you call, indication that everything was fine. So when I spoke to all of them, checked their history, nothing wrong was found. I gave it to them. Okay. Now, one thing they requested that they had forgotten to ask initially was about internet. Okay. Now, because I really liked their profile, God knows how it will work out down the line. but I really did not want to lose them at that moment. So I said, okay, I'll provide the internet. I said that, but definitely, like, I would not share my Wi-Fi password, right? Because my home security system, everything is connected to that. And if anything messes up, like if anything gets direct access to your network, there could be catastrophic results, right? So you don't want to do that. So what I did then was, like, I purchased one Google AC 200 Wi-Fi router. I connected it to my internet and make it as an access point. Now with this access point, I could create a secondary network, or you can say a guest network, and I handed over the password to them. I don't use that network because I do not have to, and that has been going smooth. After they and now when it comes to shifting, I did them allow them 4 extra days to live at my property. Like generally in Canada, of course it's not mandatory, but generally in Canada, tenancies begin at first of every month. So same thing it was for me also, but when it comes to shifting, I did give them a few extra days, like a weekend before first, so that these guys can move. So they came, they paid their like okay. Now, tenancy agreement, before this happened, I apologize, I missed that part. Like prepared, I had prepared the document, like Ontario Standard Lease. I sent it to them as a copy, okay, and they agreed to it. Then I invited them here to sign the lease, and I also told them to bring the original of their Canadian IDs. They brought it. They had shared a copy with me already, but I saw this and everything was fine. Okay. No problem. We signed physically, and then at the same time, they transferred me first month. Okay. Uh, in Ontario, you can take first month and last month, right? So that they did, and then they went. I did not hand over the key at this that moment. I said that I would invite them like full few days before when they actually move, and then I would hand over the key. And but before that, they have to do last month. So I think 4 days extra, as I said, I allowed them to leave just for because it was a weekend and both of them are working professionals, so they get time only during the weekend. So they came, they transferred me the money, I handed over key to them, and their internet was already set up. I shared the password with them, and it went through. So now around 2 weeks have passed. These guys have not created any trouble for me. Now down the line, the only thing I'm uh, worried a bit, not too much, is because of their good behavior, at least as of now, is that payment of rent. Hopefully they pay on time because as per the feedback I have got from their earlier landlords, they have done good thing. So hopefully they do. And if that happens, I'll be happy to continue this tenancy. So now let me know, guys, what you feel about my experience. If there's anything that I have done wrong or anything that you think I did not do correct, let me know, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel.